Hi, so I was talking about the clips from the Stand Up for Cancer Gogglebox special, so I want to play them to you. I'm trying to find the actual clip now. I hope they don't give a strike, because I think this was the first one, because I know on Miles they gave him that they shut down his stream for a few minutes for playing Ali G. And this is one of them. Get to the right part. There we go.
Not an haunted hill. I forgot already. Haunted hill. No, it ain't haunted hill. It's not haunted hill. How's hill?
Oh, it couldn't be that good.
Right, no.
Yeah, but I'm up for that.
On Channel 4, they showed us Hamish's story.
Happy birthday, dear Lily and Hamish. Happy birthday to you.
We're very happy, like a proper little perfect family.
Aww.
Hello. My name's Hamish.
In June of 2011, our world turned upside down overnight. We discovered a lump in Hamish's leg. It's a type of tumour, which was in his lungs also.
No.
You think, Christ, even he just began his life.
14 months later of grueling treatment, which involved pioneering surgery, which resulted in Hamish having a prosthesis.
Bless his little heart.
And he'd been given his life back.
Wow.
At the end of May in 2015, I was diagnosed with primary breast cancer.
Fucking hell.
That's the boy and the mum, both of it.
I had 6 months of intensive chemotherapy, and then I had the bilateral mastectomy. Almost 2 weeks to the day of me finishing radiotherapy, Hamish was having an MRI. The tumour was in the brainstem.
Oh, no.
We were told that it was highly aggressive and that there was nothing that could be done.
Jesus Christ.
He asked me if he was going to die. And I just held him at that point and said, I'm here beside you, I'm holding on to you, keeping you safe. And I never answered his question.
And then she came through to say, I think he's gone.
God.
Dear me. I remember holding his hand when he passed away. It was very, very sad.
All I know is we gave him the best possible life that we could have given him. In October, I was told that my cancer had returned. They refer to it as being incurable.
Oh, no.
You just cannot believe it's happened again. I can't think about losing it. Not after what we've been through. Not after we've been through with Hamish and her. It's just horrific thought to have. Cancer has completely ripped through the family. It's devastated my family.
I hate it. I want to punch it. I want to punch it, don't you?
One in two of us will get cancer in our lifetime. Help us fight back. to give 20 or 10 pounds.
Right, so there was the clip of that one. I think there was another one as well. You can see how angry people get. And I think this was the other one, yeah. How emotional people get at these cases that are happening all around the world. But are we really doing enough about it? That's where I don't think we are.
On Channel 4, they showed Karen's story.
I don't feel particularly brave being a firefighter. It's a job I really wanted to do. It just really appealed to me. I've got children and I ploughed everything into bringing them up that I'd never really done anything for myself. I met Kev 2 years ago.
I gave Karen my number. I wrote it on a beer mat.
I messaged him back a few days later.
She was keeping me waiting a bit.
Oh. A nice couple.
Yeah.
I found a lump in October.
Oh, God.
Went to the doctors and was referred. I was told within an hour of me being there that they thought it was cancer.
Oh. God.
It's got to be the most horriblest thing to be told.
A triple negative breast cancer in my lymph nodes in my neck and in my lungs as well.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Among all the questions that she asked, I heard this answer saying, "You've probably got 3 months."
What?
Imagine hearing that, Mum.
I heard that and it kept being repeated in my ears.
I can't even bear to think what that would feel like to hear those words.
From that moment on, things have never been the same.
He loves her, that.
Of course he does.
I think it's that helplessness, isn't it? You can just hear the helplessness in his voice.
They've said my response has been exceptional. I'd gone into remission, so I'm quite lucky that I've been given extra time.
Oh, thank God for that.
Last week, I got taken ill. My local hospital sent me for an emergency CT scan. It came back and said that there's 2 small tumours which have spread in my brain.
Oh, God.
It's like just being thrown back in the deep end.
Jesus.
Just wondering if I'm going to get to spend another Christmas with the kids.
That is just not fair. She shouldn't have to deal with that.
Ruby, she said, "Mummy, what if you die this time? What am I going to do without Mummy?"
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Imagine your child saying that to you.
You meet someone and everything about that person is just what you've been looking for. And me and Karen found that.
It's just not fair, is it?
And then this has happened, and, it's a difficult one to accept.
Oh, it's terminal.
Cancer, your granddad in the end, like, that got him.
That's both granddads to cancer.
That's both our dads have gone with it, innit? You can't carry on like that. It's taking good people all the time, innit?
Oh, I love you.
Come in, my sweetheart.
1 in 2 of us will get cancer in our lifetime. Help us fight back. To give 20 or 10 pounds to support Stand Up to Cancer, text 20 or 10 to 70404. Or to donate online, go to channel4.com/SU.
Right, so that was the yeah, you see how when people are shown actual real events, even celebrities can feel things and cry. But do you really think we're doing enough? I don't think we are. And this is just cancer. What about all the other diseases? What about the things we inflict upon people like starvation and war? Us humans have the capacity to feel, but we're so, we're not shown all the suffering. If we were shown every person suffering instead of Coronation Street, EastEnders, Doctor Who, television, movies, I wonder if we would be a society then. There was another story I wanted to show from Sky News. I don't know if I'm going to find it. They keep updating it. It's about the pharmaceutical company. You Google them and you see that pharmaceutical companies are always getting charged. So there's a new case with ITH Pharma involving 7 children. Now we don't know the details yet, but now they're actually starting to say that the product that they allegedly gave was contaminated, and you think like the mindset of a person to give a contaminated feed to a baby is that's quite shocking. Obviously they deny it, but here's the story. It's constantly updated.
Mature baby.
Sky News, Aberdeen.
A pharmaceutical company has been charged with supplying contaminated food which led to the death of at least 1 premature baby. An investigation was launched after 7 babies contracted blood poisoning back in 2014. And the company in question, ITH Pharma, say they will vigorously defend the case. Sky's Katie Spencer has more.
Baba, look, I have a new car.
Born prematurely, Abdullah is now a healthy, happy little boy. And at 4, he's too young to fully understand he once had a twin brother.
They gave him a feed that will help him grow faster. 2-3 days after that, we found out that he caught a bug. They started to provide him with the right antibiotic, but unfortunately it was too late. He did not respond to it, and a couple of days later he passed away.
Youssef Al-Kabouche died at St Thomas's Hospital in 2014 when he was only 9 days old. He'd contracted blood poisoning from the contaminated feed he was given. For 4 years, detectives have been investigating his death, along with 6 other babies at 5 hospitals, including 2 who died, all of whom were given the drip, which seemingly wasn't the quality it claimed to be. In a statement, ITH Pharma, the manufacturer now facing criminal charges, says the same product has helped thousands of extremely vulnerable infants survive premature and complex births, and that ITH imposes rigorous environmental monitoring on its manufacturing process, adding, "We have every sympathy for all the families affected, regardless of the cause. However, we are disappointed by the decision to charge the company and will vigorously defend this case."
The most difficult thing, I think, has been that the family have not been offered an apology in the last 4.5 years. There's been no acknowledgement of Yusuf's death, and they're continuing to live with an open wound.
I mean, even the birthday of my other son, who's the twin, we never were able to celebrate it in a happy way, because he always reminds us that he should have had another brother with him.
ITH Pharma will appear at Westminster Magistrates Court in December. As painful as it is, for Yusuf's brother's sake, the least his parents want is an apology. Katie Spencer, Sky News.
So yeah, that's that story. Now, there's many things about that. When Sky News Online reported that, they had a second tagline with it about, how with Brexit the medicines are going to run out. Almost as if subliminally they were trying to say, this company made a mistake, but, we still need this company because we're not going to be able to get the medicines we need. Because what it doesn't really, it shouldn't really be next to this story, because it's not connected other than that it's to do with medicine. But I'm wondering whether subliminally it make people think about, yeah, though they make mistakes, but we still need this medicine because otherwise we're not going to be able to import it from Europe, because this is a London-based company. The other thing is, the Met Office took 4 years. Does it really take 4 years to find out that something was contaminated? Surely, they must have identified these babies and realised there was something wrong with the feed for them, because I'm sure there's many more than this, but this is just the ones that they found. Other parents probably maybe didn't kick up a fuss and get it investigated, but surely when they investigated the feed, they say, oh yeah, it's contaminated. Yeah, that's why the baby got septicemia. I mean, maybe a week to disclose that, but it's taken 4 years to charge them. This is the thing about us, I mean British people in general, but humans, fucking slow. It shouldn't take that long, should it? And now they're going to argue about it, and no one's going to admit anything or apologise, because then that's admitting that they made a mistake. Or is it a mistake? Because how is that possible with all the, it'll be interesting whether the truth actually will come out about that story, whether they knowingly gave something that they knew was out of date or contaminated, or whether it's simply that they didn't know it and it was a bad batch. Because we have heard of stories where there was wasn't it recently, where there was a batch of medicine that had, they used blood that had HIV/AIDS in it, and they, rather than sell it to Americans, they sold it overseas. So these pharmaceutical companies, they do these types of things, and yet they seem to get away with it, isn't it? They get told off, they get fined, but they still manage to carry on working, or they change their name. How's that possible? If you killed one person with your own bare hands, you'd be in prison for 25 years, and you probably won't get another job. Well, not easily anyway. It's funny how we treat businesses differently than people, and yet we're all people. Take care, take it easy, God bless and peace.